this is our 10th episode, I believe.
Is it really?
So I think we should give away some Ethereum.
Yeah, you send us some.
Send us 10 Ethereum.
And we'll send you back 1.01 times this month. You gotta make it believable. That's the thing. You gotta
Right.
make it. No, that's not a good
I
scam.
love those. Every single comment
I know.
from some like major.
I think the really good one was when Vitalik put up a Twitter post and he actually changed his name to Vitalik. I'm not giving away any Ethereum Buterin.
Yeah.
And the top comment was, to celebrate this, I'm giving away Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Send it to this address.
Yeah. I think the first time he did, well, I think he said, I'm not sending Ethereum, comma, Bitcoin, comma, and it listed a whole lot because the first time he did it, he just said, I'm not giving away Ethereum. And under that, he made a Twitter post saying, I'm not giving away Ethereum. And the one under that was just saying, but Bitcoin is a different story. I thought that was very funny.
Do you reckon that stuff works when like YouTubers are like, I'm giving away like Litecoin if you comment? Do you reckon that stuff works or no?
Works to get more viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon it probably does. I don't know. It depends how much they're giving away.
Yeah.
I think
guess.
small amounts more frequently is better than just like one big giveaway.
Cool. We're at a new studio today, Jace's house.
Studio Jace.
I assume you have a younger brother that's like 8 years old or something and we're in his room.
Look, mate, I live a lavish lifestyle that includes
Lots of porn. It's everywhere.
What's the word for lavish? I'll get
What's the word for lavish? I mean, that's a word, right?
Accoutrement. Accoutrement.
That is not a word.
It's a word. Someone Google it. It's spelled accoutrement. Ha.
Right.
It only took me 20 seconds of thinking.
Coming from a man that's got Hulk hands.
That's the one thing that when I cleaned this room up, I was like, I'm going to slightly adultify it. I was like, I'm not getting rid of the Hulk hands.
Yeah, so I'm just looking around Jace's room right now. There's a set of Hulk hands up on the shelf there. What else? The Simpsons.
Are you saying I should get them down? Cause I can,
DVD set.
Oh, yeah? Well, mate, the Simpsons are a classic.
A drum set. Oh, you got some books, so that's good.
The books are...
Guinness Book of World Records.
2007,
I take that back.
Ask me any fact about the longest nails, I can tell you.
He's grabbing the Hulk hands.
He's doing it.
They're really broken, so it's like slowed down audio. It can get really creepy. Wait. See, it's like slowed down.
What's it meant to be?
Bit like the
Hulk.
the markets, hey, slowing down.
Great segue. I'm just going to put these hands down while we go back to adult talk.
Yeah, cool. This is the Cointree Times podcast. My name's Joe, sitting alongside Jace and Ollie as per usual.
What's up?
What's the date today?
14th.
The 14th of
May.
September.
March 2018.
Did you actually
Yeah.
forget what month it was just then?
I knew the month.
The year
was the
forgot.
real struggle.
It actually happened to me one time. I was filling out a form and like this lady was looking at me and I was like, what's the date? She's like, oh, it's the 9th. I was like, okay, cool. And I wrote 9th. And then I paused again. She was like, September. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Cool.
Do you mind if I move on for that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, cool. It's been another 2-week break for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No excuses this time.
What was our excuse last time?
Too many emails were coming through.
I'd say the same.
Too many
excuse.
tweets this time.
Yeah.
The social media team has been flustered.
I mean, it's really hard to, with the scams, people are really not treating it with all the seriousness they need. So,
the markets, how are they going, guys?
that's a good question. I think sideways to down.
Yeah. So I think the first week that we were away, it was going up. A bit of a dip and sideways since then.
Agreed.
There has been some better performers out of the sideways guys. NEM's going pretty well. CoinCheck did
the slate up.
CoinCheck did refunds on the NEM, so that's up a bit. Walton Chain had a partnership, so they went up for a bit before promptly going back down. VeChain did a partnership yesterday, I believe, so they're up a little bit.
I feel like partnership news in general is just a bit of a false dawn. Like it's at best it's like a little bit of an up.
Yeah.
Followed by, all right, yeah, nothing's actually
I would agree with you if I could think of any other kind of news at this preliminary point in the market.
Right.
Like, there's really not much.
I just mean
going
in general. Though,
No, there is
not
news.
in regards to like now, just
Yeah.
over the last year or so.
Hold your tongue, Jace, because I've got some killer news for you, mate.
No, you don't.
No, I honestly think this first piece of news is one of the biggest pieces of news in the crypto space for a long time.
Whoa.
Because, like, when the market was going down, was it last month in February, the February period, we were always thinking, like, what is it, guys? What is it? Like, is it the South Korean regulators? Is it, like, Warren Buffett? I think what's come out is probably the number one thing that has been causing that downward trend. And that's the Mt. Gox stuff.
Do you mean from like several years ago where Mt. Gox got hacked and that was like the biggest hack of all time?
No, so we actually maybe should explain a bit about Mt. Gox
Yeah.
first before we get into the more recent Mt. Gox stuff. So Mt. Gox is probably the BitConnect of years past, I'd say.
Well, without the like fraudulence, like without the, huge pyramid scheme connection.
Yeah,
I just
they
want
were
to
like the Coinbase of, if anything, they just went to shit because they were
Well,
badly
Coinbase is,
run.
yeah.
You mean the event was like
In
as
the sense that they
catastrophic?
were-
yeah,
like strange.
yeah, kind of. But well, let me explain to you about Mt. Gox. It's the BitConnect of my day, my generation. So it was founded in 2010, and it was like a Japanese-based exchange. And by 2014, it became like the number one platform for trading Bitcoin. And in fact, they had like, I think 70% of all Bitcoin transactions were on Mt. Gox.
It started for Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Really? I didn't know that.
Well, was
That's what
it?
it stands for. Magic the Gathering online exchange.
Oh.
They were using Bitcoins to like
Yeah.
buy cards and swap cards, and then it just took over.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew that. We were welcome for the fun fact, guys. We prepared.
But in February 2014, they pretty much just went took down their site and filed for bankruptcy, and said, "Oh, by the way, there's like 850,000 Bitcoins that are just like missing, probably stolen. Anyway, it's gone."
Right.
Right. And then so I think 200,000 of that Bitcoin was found later on, and then the Japanese bankruptcy court said, use that 200,000 Bitcoin to compensate the people that lost all the money in Mt. Gox.
Mm.
Right. So it was given to a trustee to deal with that Bitcoin to just like try and cash it out wisely to reimburse the people that lost the money in Mt. Gox.
Mm.
So what's come out recently is the guy that's been doing that, that's been having a massive effect on dropping the value of Bitcoin.
Yeah, you can literally see on the graph, it's just like pretty flat, like huge red line straight down, flat, huge red line
Yeah.
straight down. Like it's just him clicking, filling all of the market orders like on the entire board. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
hard to imagine what, like 200,000 Bitcoin. That's like what? $2 million?
Yeah, well, I think I think around that.
Wait. No, wait, 2 billion. Wait, hang on.
20 million.
Yeah.
Wait, how many
No.
how many Bitcoins do you have?
Each Bitcoin is about, well, I don't want to spoil the coin picks, but it's about $10,000 per Bitcoin, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you got 200,000 of them.
Oh yeah,
So that's like,
yeah.
add like 4 zeros to that number, and that's how many dollars. So like 20 billion. Yeah.
Yeah.
We said different numbers then. Was it 2 million or 20
Yeah,
million?
we went up and up, but like it's hard to imagine having that much money like on a market, right? That's,
Right.
I mean, maybe for you
And
guys, not for me, but
I think he's still got a lot more. The trustee who's in charge of the Bitcoin, he's still got a lot
Yeah.
more.
yeah, he hasn't
Still
done
got like 150,000 or something.
Yeah,
'Cause it's only
some
like
stupid
20,000, 20,000.
But I think there's no more court hearings until September this year, so he does not have permission to sell anymore until then.
right. Although I did read that, like I heard someone say that, and I heard someone else say, but if he really thought it was in the best interest of the trust, the
Right.
holders, then he could easily get approval for it. So
Right.
it's so funny how like there are so many people like just holding their breath and like crossing their fingers for this one guy on a whim could just like tank the market.
Yeah.
like
That's crazy to me that they just chose one dude. We're like, right, well, he's trustworthy enough. Like, we'll
Yeah.
give him all that money.
just has a bad day. I'm selling all the Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm done.
Like, who is it? I mean, obviously, no one
Some
really knows, I
Japanese guy.
suppose,
No,
but-
I think he is like
Really?
yeah.
I thought it was like
He's
kept
out.
secret.
No, I think he's Satoshi something. No,
I hope it's secret because think about like the pressure
Oh,
you'd
the
get from
pressure!
so many people.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
But I think he isn't.
Okay, well, damn. Hey guys, BP just came by with a muffin basket.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
What can we do about this though? I don't know.
Hang on, about him? What do you mean?
Well, yeah, I mean this one person has the power to like crash the entire market again.
We take him out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Dude, your mic's still on.
No, I mean, people were kind of applauding, quote unquote, the market for recovering very well from those sales. Like, you would expect with such a fragile market that a huge down would just send more and more down, but it really kind of didn't. It was really just a very isolated incident, and it hasn't really gone like down much because of other people selling since then. So I think the market resilience is pretty strong.
Yeah. And at risk of sounding like a shiller, I think it's like good news that this has come out because we know why the market's crashed, we think. So all those like bad reasons that it could have been, it's this, which is still bad because it's bad that someone can control the market like that. But it's better than a lot of the reasons that it could have been, I guess.
I'm just thinking, could this guy literally just be like, wait, I didn't sell any Bitcoin. I'm going to sell it tomorrow, but I haven't sold anything yet. I'm about to sell all of it tomorrow. Market plunges because like confidence. And then suddenly he buys in. Yeah, like it's crazy the power you could have, right? That's pretty scary.
But when you have that much Bitcoin, how much could you buy?
But he doesn't have it. He has to sell it to recompensate. But maybe
sell, announce it. Oh no, sell's going to crash the market anyway.
Yeah. Well, I guess, but is he allowed to trade crypto, or is there like some kind of government agreement that he cannot?
Inside trading? Yeah, I don't know.
I would hope so because like that's pretty crazy.
These are very tough questions for me to answer.
Yeah.
How much does the average like whale hold? More?
That's an even tougher question.
I can tell you that. No,
I guess
But like if there's not lots of, but like if there's several people with that amount of Bitcoin, I imagine he's not the only one. Like it's pretty crazy that any of them can do that.
Yeah.
At any point.
Also, the whole compensation thing is kind of interesting because at the time that Mt. Gox collapsed, Bitcoin is now 23 times the value. So do you compensate them like, oh, you put in what, $1,000 back then? It's like, but hang on a second, now I would have had $23,000.
Well, I think if you only were able to reclaim a small fraction of the amount that was lost, I think you're best off distributing that evenly by using that method than you are giving a small fraction of people their entire amount back.
Well, I think they actually, in value, they have more now. So initially, they lost 850,000 Bitcoin and they recovered 200,000. But the price has gone up 23 times.
So it's worth more than the 830 total.
Correct.
Back then.
Yeah.
Correct.
Man, imagine how pissed you'd be. You would be pissed at just no one in particular, I feel like. I mean, you'd be pissed at the exchange, but in general, just like...
Well, in that case, you could pay everyone back fully, right?
But
that price.
That's what I'm saying.
You could pay them the hard cash they lost, but you couldn't pay them the opportunity that you took.
Right.
Yeah. That's what would kill them, I think.
It would have been just like numerous kicks in the balls every time the Bitcoin price came up. Like losing your money initially, that really sucks. It's like, oh, now it doubled.
Yeah.
Now it tripled. Now it's worth 23 times the amount.
Yeah. Just waiting for a dip, waiting for go back down to 100 and they'll buy it.
Back to 100. Cool. Shall we move on to another piece of news?
Yeah, let's do it.
So there was a hacking attempt on Binance, actually. So we actually talked about phishing sites using Binance clients, I guess, to get information. And we talked about in a previous podcast. So what people were doing is the hackers were actually holding on to that information. And last week, shit went down. They used that information to log into all the accounts at one time, and they actually pumped a coin called Viacoin. And I think the idea was then use the pumped Viacoin to cash out, transfer it to Bitcoin, and then cash out. But Binance actually realized that there's like strange trading going on and blocked it all. So they stopped it.
Yeah, and I read that the hackers actually lost money.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's like unbelievably A+ outcome of a hack.
Yeah. I love it. I love like when criminals end up worse.
But like, it's just also the immediateness of it is very fun as well. Like,
did they lose money, their own money, or was it they lost all the people's money whose accounts they were on though?
Well, I heard they went out of the house and there was like a banana peel on the ground. They all slipped and broke their backs.
Have you guys seen that video of these two thieves?
The brick.
Yes, the brick. Have you seen this, Ollie?
No.
So basically, it's like CCTV footage. It's great. Everyone look it up.
Just Google CCTV, you'll find it.
So two guys walk up to like a building at night. They have bricks to like smash the window. I think the first guy throws his brick through and smashes the window. Or it's like the window starts to break. The second guy goes to throw it and he throws it straight into his mate's head and just KOs him.
And knocks him out, yeah.
and he just carries his limp body away off the CCTV like footage. So this is like crypto's version of that.
Yeah, the digital.
That's not as visual.
Although I feel like it's not quite, because they were up against like nothing and they managed to fail. At least I think in this case, Binance deserves some credit. They're up against a behemoth and Binance kind of fought back.
Binance did great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even before this came out, they were very wary of phishing sites and they were very conscious in telling Binance users to look out for phishing sites. And then when people did still fall for it, they shut down the actual hack. So everyone's like applauding Binance, I guess.
Yeah, and again, I think they really deserve it. I think there was a previous instance. Yeah, they had that extended downtime. People were like also very much applauding how they handled that with like constant updates and like working tirelessly on it and having all these different options in case one didn't work out. So yeah, I think they did more than a glass window. I think they deserve a heap of credit. What?
More than
deserve a heap of credit. Yeah.
Compared to Joe's example where the thugs were against a glass. They really
I thought
managed
that was a very apt example.
I thought that was like a metaphor that I just never heard before.
Well, you know the glass ceiling?
Sorry.
It's like that, but sideways.
And they've also offered a $250,000 bounty for anyone that gives information on the hackers that will lead to their arrest.
That's right. Yeah. I thought that was amazing too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think they've also put aside, was it $10 million of potential future bounty money?
Yeah.
So stay away, brick wielding crypto hackers.
Yeah. You're going to need at least a boulder.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, shout outs to Binance doing a really good job.
And who's the CEO of Binance? What's his name? Chao Jiangpeng or something?
I don't know his actual name.
Yeah. He seems to be he's emerging as one of the bigger voices in crypto, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's becoming one of the most respected voices in crypto.
He was on the cover of some magazine recently. What was it? I want to say Fortune.
Men's Health.
Yeah. Top 10 things to get fit this summer.
Playboy.
Yeah. No, it's just some huge, business magazine. I can't remember which one, but
Forbes.
That's it. Thank you.
Okay.
And keeping on Binance, you guys see that they're going to make Binance Chain?
Yeah, Binance Chain is huge news.
I think you know more about this than me, Jace. So
don't be modest. You go ahead. We'll be completely silent. No, I'm kidding. I think it's basically movements towards a decentralized exchange. So currently, they're a normal exchange. Right. Centralized, they control it. It's their business. But they realize that the future is having exchanges between coins be decentralized, much like transactions in any coin is currently decentralized. So I think that's pretty exciting. And it's also exciting that they're kind of the ones pushing it, because a lot of people would think they've got a booming business. They don't want anything to detract or decentralize what they've got. They're not doing what the classic banks are doing. They're doing something new and actually really looking toward the future, which I guess maybe partly because they have just a metric fuck ton of money. So they're probably like, we've got plenty, but still, it's still a really good move on their part. And I think Binance Coin is kind of pumped because of it.
Yeah, the market has responded well to it.
Yeah, the future is bright. So
the future is Binance.
We are sucking a lot of Binance.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was about to say.
That's
what I was about to say.
Too much shilling of Binance.
But mate, they deserve it.
Yeah.
Bye, Binance.
Let's move on to some more serious news, guys.
Oh no, what happened?
There's a website that's been created that's counting down the days until John McAfee has to eat his dick.
Nice. No, I'm just kidding. I think the way it does it, if I remember correctly, when I went on there last, it has like an on-trackness, because obviously Bitcoin's not at, what did he say it would be, $1 million or something by 2020? It's not there yet, obviously, but like they're saying, given like some, I don't know if they're using a linear progression or something, but given some rate of progression, we're on track. We're above estimates to get there.
Well, we're still on track?
For him to not eat his dick.
Oh, really?
I think it's like
That
it's
surprises me. You know we're going down, right?
but like his estimate is so far in the future.
Yeah.
Think about
Very
like
true.
Bitcoin, a year ago, it was at 10th, right?
Yeah.
It only needs to like go up, do that twice more. If it keeps the current rate of progression, it's fine.
Right.
I think that assumption is the flaw, to say that it'll just be a
Yeah.
linear progression. It'll just keep going what it's been doing forever. But we'll see. I mean, if the man wants to eat his dick, I don't want to be the one telling him not to do it. So I'm all for the dick eating competition.
I think it's a competition.
But then what did
Who's
I
he up
enter last
against?
night?
I think they should get the Binance hackers and line them up with John McAfee and just like halftime of the Super Bowl, and then just
him.
yeah.
Wait, where is this
Ignoring
going?
some hackers.
You know how they say like they should get Bin Laden and like they should have brought him back alive to America and like execute him at the halftime of the Super Bowl.
Oh, really? I've never
I've
heard
never heard
Oh,
of
that.
I think people joked about that.
Right.
Anyway, halftime of the Super Bowl, John McAfee, Binance hackers, dick eating competition.
Like,
A simple yay or nay
I was
is
gonna-
all I'm after.
I was going to say self or other, but I decided this is a discussion we don't need to have. This doesn't even need to be part of the podcast.
Both.
Both. Free for all. Whoever eats the most dicks wins.
Justin Timberlake is judge.
Cool.
Wait, what was the news story that we just discussed?
Eating dick.
John
No, that was not the news story.
No, that was
Eating dick. Okay,
the Binance
I
stuff.
guess so. No, the website.
That's always a news
the
story.
website.
The website.
Yeah.
That says whether he'll be eating his own. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want
I
to
feel
add.
like eating dick was an apt way of saying that.
Look, in my mind, that's a really rich tapestry of ideas. I don't want to. No, no. I saw on it's just a simple GitHub page, but I saw at the bottom it said "Buy me a cup of coffee," and there's like a Bitcoin donation link. I thought that was kind of funny because I feel like the page probably took him like 5 minutes to make,
Right.
and now he's like, "Come on, guys, I'm keeping the crypto community alive.
Yeah.
Don't forget to support."
If it's like December 31st, 2019, and like it's just hovering above $1 million, and then Mt. Gox guy comes in.
Yeah.
Just to fuck with
I meant to sell these like
McAfee.
2 years ago. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Then we just dropped the 200,000 BitConnect. Sorry.
You got to stop letting your personal life get into your professional life, dude.
All right, let's move on. There's a Chinese ICO called Maroski who launched a website, and our friend actually linked this to us. And it looked like a decent enough website. They had those cheesy like crypto website taglines that they usually have, like the bank without bankers, blah blah blah. And then they had a huge team of a mix of Chinese and Western people on this Chinese ICO.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple red flags start to appear. Like the team looks very good looking.
Always a red flag. Never work with attractive people.
Yeah, no, but like for ICOs, you want a couple pimples and a couple glasses
Jesus,
and
man.
braces. Come on, mate.
That's
Look at the best coin projects.
have you counted the pimples per good project or something?
But the team is very good looking. So that's a bit like, that's a bit weird. And then there's like one extra good looking person amongst the bunch, which is a picture of Ryan Gosling.
Well, we don't know that. It could just be someone who looks exactly like Ryan Gosling.
Like the first photo of Ryan Gosling under Google Images.
Yeah, exactly.
So they fucked up.
But wait, when you say, are we sure it's not a joke?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
That did cross my mind because I think, ironically, his title was graphic designer. What was it? I can't remember what it was, but it's like something to do with I don't know. But he had a very ironic title to get it wrong.
Ironic to get it wrong.
Like
It's
his
like- Like head of design or like something like that, right?
Why is that?
Image
Yeah.
searcher.
It was something
It
like
was
that.
something like that.
But why is that ironic? Oh, it was an image searcher. Oh, sorry. I think
No,
it was
it wasn't image search. It was like identity.
Yes.
Like
along
something.
those
It's
lines.
like-
Identity security expert.
I can't remember exactly what it was, but look it up anyway.
But if it was something like that, I would
Maroski.
think it's got to be a joke, right? I think when I looked it up, if I remember, it was something like graphic design. And it wasn't a joke. I think it was pretty serious. But if it was that,
It was like somewhere in between image searcher and graphic design, like in
Okay.
terms of like
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see the image search bit. If
and
that's
the rest of the website there's no ironic aspect of it. It seems like they're just going for
The one single joke.
So is the theory that they just didn't realize that they were picking a celebrity because they were picking an entirely fake team? The whole
right
project's
because
fake.
they don't watch, I guess, Western movies. They watch Chinese movies where Ryan Gosling isn't as popular.
But see, I feel like that. Do you reckon they were just googling Western man and just like
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
trustworthy looking Western man?
And at first I was like, oh, there's no way they made this mistake. Look how many like Western people are on the team. I'm sure some of them would have said something. It's like, oh wait, that's probably all fake. And then I felt like an idiot. And then I think it was a genuine fuck up because then they removed the website as well.
Yeah, I
Because
guess
if it was a joke, they were just like, hey, it's like the joke.
I guess the only shame of it is that we will never know if that tiny that lack of effort could have actually made a huge profit. Because I'm curious if that would have worked. Would that have got tons of money?
I mean, a bank without bankers that I want to invest now. I don't know about you.
I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but that's kind of crypto, dude.
What?
Decentralized.
Cool. What else do we have here? Oh yeah. The BitConnect lawsuits will be held on March 16th, which is in like 2 days or something.
Yeah, I've got my tickets. Are you guys going?
So that's for the YouTubers, Trayvon James and Craig Grant. And they're still making videos. Isn't that crazy?
Are they going to video the...
Yeah. I'm walking in now, guys.
I think they missed the sell. It's like, if you hold a coin, it plummets and it plummets. Like, you're not going to sell it that. You're going to wait. So they're just waiting it out. They're holding.
Yeah.
They're holding for dear life. Except it's with their lives instead of any cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I've actually watched some of the videos that they've been putting up. And they've taken very different approaches to their videos. So Craig Grant is saying he's now realized he's made a mistake. And he's very apologetic.
I saw a video of his on Reddit, I think. And he looked very shaken up. And
he is scared. He's shaken up. Trayvon James, on the other hand, does not give a fuck. He's like saying, I don't even know why. Like, I don't even need a lawyer. Like, I didn't make and he said he's not worried at all and he hasn't done anything wrong.
I don't need a lawyer.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know if I'm gonna get a lawyer or not. Like, I know I didn't do anything wrong, so it's gonna be all good. And Craig, what's his name? Grant and Trayvon James, they used to talk a bit and like try and work out how to co-promote stuff when BitConnect was going well. And Craig Grant is saying that Trayvon James is still contacting him and he is just like ignoring all his like texts and calls and stuff. Yeah.
What's he trying to co-promote their BitConnect still? Or like,
I'm guessing just like, just want to like...
Hey buddy, want to carpool to court?
Yeah. Do you want to Uber to the jail together? Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? They're going to go to jail or prison, I should say?
I don't know.
It's a good question because it's... while I agree that they did something wrong, it's hard really to pinpoint the severity of what they did. Because it's a question of the autonomy of people. It's kind of like if you sold someone cigarettes for 20 years and they died of lung cancer. It's kind of like, well, you shouldn't have put them in that situation. And then it's like, but we would never convict anyone for that.
Yeah.
It's a sliding scale between that and like finding an 8-year-old kid and giving him heroin every day.
Yeah.
It's like there's a scale somewhere and I can't tell where this falls exactly on it.
Right.
If they were behind the team that instigated the entire operation, I'd say they're definitely...
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Definitely, fuck them. But
and I reckon if the team
I don't know where I stand, to be honest.
was found, the weight would come off Trayvon James and Craig Grant.
Yeah.
But because there's like no one to blame, it's like, oh, you guys.
Yeah, that's the only reason I feel a bit weird about it is because it feels like there is, like you said, a bit of a disproportionate pressure. Yeah, disproportionate pressure on them because they need someone to blame for this loss. When really it should be on the people who did it, and they are kind of like minor pawns in it. And they're really good guys. Like, I see them at church every weekend now.
And actually, it's like, I think some government, is it the SEC or whatever, is actually pressing the charges. So they have to speak to government officials, not just it's not just like a civil suit.
Right.
So that's an important fact on that.
I think I asked that a couple of weeks ago and you were like, dude, I don't know. Someone else knew this. Did you like go research that just for this point? To be like, by the way, Jace.
Yeah, I don't know. Trayvon James.
Answer. Get him on. Joe's phone rung for the audio gag.
Yeah, that's all on that one, I think.
Rang? Rung? Rang?
Oh, this is kind of interesting,
Ring it.
actually.
Ringed.
A Czech startup is channeling the heat from crypto mining machines to grow tomatoes.
Oh.
Wow.
So we talked a bit 2 weeks ago about how crypto is affecting the environment and how we shouldn't be oblivious of it and how we shouldn't brush it away. And I blasted the crypto community and they have responded. So they're doing some energy recycling with crypto mining to grow crops.
I mean, that's good, I guess, but that's like the lowest form of energy recycling. Wait until it turns into just heat.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of heat, and then it's so much fucking heat that you can do something with it. That's like having your backyard being just so full of garbage that you could like grow some plants in it. Like, I feel like at that point.
I mean, people do that with compost.
No, I know. As I was saying that, I was like, actually, that's not the worst thing in the world. But it's really inefficient to turn electricity into heat. So that's my only point.
Well, I'm sold. I think let's put a nail in the environment coffin.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't even try, guys.
Yeah. But that's kind of cool.
No,
and they're called CrypTomatos.
So that's probably where the idea came from. I feel like that was the first
name first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was in 2006. They're like, we need to invent something called crypto so that we can connect it with tomatoes.
Yeah.
I trademarked the name.
Yeah. Don't make
Wait
that
till
500
something happens.
I spent $500 at the registry office. Don't make that go to waste.
But you know, like this is the first thing, and then like ideas evolve from one thing to the next. You know, like the first computer was like the size of like this room, and now look at them.
Cryptolives.
Yeah.
Crypto beans.
Who knows what we can do?
Crypt refrigerators, the inverse, make things cold. You never know. No.
Yep.
I should have done the drum.
Oh yeah, Ollie's sitting right next to a drum kit, and he's had amazing restraint to not do the.
Do you want to repeat your joke?
Two guys walked into a bar and they said, "Ouch." Hey.
Wow.
Thank you. I'll be here a week. Like I'm getting the applause, not the person getting the joke.
I got a couple quick hits. Oh, maybe we should not make these quick hits. I'll just say them.
Wait, Joe, did you say quick hits? I mean,
oh yeah, I can say a topic and then do a little like bang after each one.
Because it's a quick hit.
Yeah.
You have to do a rim shot, but that's fine too.
Okay. Quick hit one. John Oliver features crypto.
Wait.
On his show. I did pause. I didn't. Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you want to do the? Yeah. Okay. Coinbase hit with civil lawsuit surrounding potential insider trading from BT Cash listing. South Korea to allow ICOs again.
Wait, are these all jokes? Is that the implication?
No, it's not. Don't do the quick hits one. And the last one is Elon Musk holds cryptocurrency book. For some reason, that was huge news. Like it was like on Reddit, it was like the number one thing for 7 days. It was like holding a book that you can kind of see like cryptocurrency on it because his like fingers are covering it. Like I don't know.
Wait, so
sure
I was very distracted by the drums. Who was reading it?
Elon Musk.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
As if he didn't already know what cryptocurrency is.
Yeah.
And as if he needed like a hard copy book to learn about it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I was probably like telling the shit. Do you mind holding this book for me for 2 seconds?
Yeah. What you? Oh, how dare you? That was him reacting to someone taking a photo of him from the 2 seconds.
Yeah. I think it was Elon Musk's tweet that started the Twitter scam, the whole 0.5 ETH thing.
Oh, right. Yeah, I knew he was definitely one of the big ones that was involved.
Yeah.
Because people just associate him with any kind of future technology.
It's just, I heard that and my first thought was that he was the person who first started doing the scams.
I mean, he had to start his business somehow.
Yeah.
He had to build an empire.
Do you guys see the John Oliver featuring crypto thing?
I did. I watched it this morning.
Oh, cool.
I can watch it.
Ollie, did you do your homework?
Oh, you used to use a proxy to watch it.
I was
Yeah.
going to say all the videos are.
Yeah, I used a VPN as well. Yeah.
Oh, is that what you asked about VPNs?
Yeah, because it was I think it was blocked for Australian.
You should Google YouTube proxy and then like you can just search doing that way.
What you guys are
I had
saying
a
is
VPN
very,
anyway.
very illegal to be putting out onto the public discourse right now.
Is it? I don't think so.
I mean,
I mean, people use it for illegal stuff. It's like cryptocurrency, mate.
Yeah, but what you're doing is illegal.
Wait, is it?
I'm not worried about this court
I don't
case.
think-
I'm
I
not
don't
going to hire lawyers to this court case.
This is very trivial, but I don't think it is because it's like US law, right? And we're not. It's not even law. I think it's just US licensing restrictions. And we're like, even if it was illegal, we're outside of the US. I feel like they have no jurisdiction. Come get us. I'm fucking Julian Assange, bitch.
Fuck you, HBO.
You won't get me out of my room.
What do you? What,
You've shaken Joe to the core now.
I was going to say, what do you think about it?
It was my first thought was, and I haven't heard anyone say this. My first thought was,
oh, here we go. Do a little drum roll for. No one's ever said this.
No one's ever said this, but.
Just.
See, no one's ever said that. No one's ever made this exact series of sounds. No, no one's ever said about this that I've read. He really was fucking shilling. Like, I think he put just enough.
Do you think he's invested?
I think who wrote it,
not an EOS,
who was Dan Gerwich from College Humor, who featured heavily in the images of it. I think he would have been like, we got to present it.
I noticed he was in the pictures of it.
Yeah,
in the photos.
Because he's a writer for, and I think he, rightly so, was like, well, I want to present it pretty positively because it's something I've been enthused about for a long time. So I understand it. But then I also kind of left with a bit of a bad taste in my mouth, thinking they could have really been more neutral. They weren't. They really presented it as a great thing, and they had only like 10%. But watch out, be careful. And then at the end, they had the little song. But I feel like overall, they were like, this is pretty great. Like,
yeah. But the whole show is like satirical and poking fun of stuff. So it's hard to like point something out to be super positive while doing that as well.
It's hard to be
like,
positive.
I think a lot of the easier jokes to be made are about the fuck ups.
No, well,
you know what I mean?
I was saying they were too positive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was saying the opposite. I was saying they left a bad taste in my mouth because they were being completely positive. They should have been more negative about it, crypto. To be
Who
more
are
neutral.
you, dude?
No, because they have to be
you know
neutral.
what this podcast is about?
But the reason I think that is because just in the context of the show, or his news stories, as far as I know from the ones I've seen, they're like political issues and like things that he thinks like a light needs to be shone on and like, things need to be called out. So it's weird to just be random. Like, anyway, if you guys heard of Herbalife, it's a great business. I'm selling now. Like, it's a bit of a risk. Be careful. But like, it's a booming market. People have been making money on it. Like, imagine if he came out and said that, you'd be like, that's pretty weird.
He did make fun of a lot of aspects of it, like the Bitcoin Foundation that could no longer accept Bitcoin because I don't know, the infrastructure wasn't there.
Yeah, it was.
And BitConnect was featured, and EOS.
Yeah, I was so surprised that they fucking they took down EOS. Like,
I know. Out of all the things, like, there's so many worse things.
But because the creator is like a child actor and very esoteric and funny to listen to, so that's probably the why.
And like when they
didn't he call him a pedophile or something? I'm just going by the Reddit comments I read about it.
Okay, the VPN thing wasn't legal, but that's defamation, mate, and then it definitely is illegal.
No, that's what all the comments I read were implying.
If that is not true, that could actually be defamation.
No,
Ollie's comments, that was Ollie, by the way, if you can't distinguish voices, and he does not reflect the views of the rest.
I'm not in the room, this is all Skype.
I'm saying from what I saw on Reddit, they were saying that all the EOS stuff was pretty much just cool.
I hope he fucks some kids, otherwise you're fucked.
Wait, Joe, get back there.
I'm sorry, Mr. Oliver, if you're listening.
Yeah. And when he did pointed out some weird coins, he didn't even, there's so many weirder coins that he could have picked out. I mean, when we feature weird coins, not to talk shit about John Oliver because I think I'm a fan of his work, but we picked out...
He's also a fucking pedophile now.
You've just really gone over the hump now.
We picked out a lot weirder coins, just saying.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, I think the big one he pointed out was like Deep Onion. He's like, what kind of name is Deep Onion? But like, come on, Big Boobs coin. Yeah. Like, come on.
Oh, no, they said Titcoin. That was the first
one. Did they?
Yeah.
But
that was the first one they said.
Big Boobs coin is like funnier than Titcoin.
Yeah, we did. That was what we worked out in the first episode. We didn't get much done in the first episode, but we did get that worked out. But no, I think he probably doesn't, if I were to guess, he doesn't hold any. I think he just, I mean, at the start he made a joke about he was defining FOMO, fear of missing out. And he also said, but I'm like, what is it? FOBO or something where it's like 40-year-old, like cantankerous man. I can't remember what the exact acronym was, but he was saying like, he's kind of not really his cup of tea as far as I could tell, which I could understand because he has writers who do these things. And someone like Dan Gerwich, who's been super into Bitcoin for years, thinks this is a great time to make this story, even if John Oliver himself doesn't know much about it.
Yeah.
How do you know he's been into it?
Because in the special, they say, you might have a guy in your office like we do. And there's a picture of Dan Gerwich, and they're like, who won't shut the fuck up for this last few years about Bitcoin.
Well, if there's College Humor fans out there, I think Jake and Amir, who are other College Humor guys, talked about how Stritter got a lot of the team onto
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Bitcoin and cryptocurrency
Yeah.
way back in the day. So, but yeah, cool. And
I think they all said they sold it in like 2014. I think,
Yeah.
which most people would have.
Mm.
Yeah. Lessons for the future, guys.
I think the other two pieces of news were pretty boring: the Coinbase stuff and the South Korea stuff. So let's.
Oh, come on. Don't be shy. This is a safe environment. We're here to, whatever your thoughts are.
I just have no comments on it.
Are you saying they should have been, are you saying we need round 2 of quick hits? Because we have a drum kit.
Well, I don't know. Do you guys think Coinbase will have any penalty for the potential insider trading with Bitcoin Cash? I mean, does that seem dodgy to you?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Only because of the way the price spiked
Yeah.
before it went up.
I think they're going to get away with it though. It
It's
seems
just
dodgy, but it's
hard
so
to
hard to
police.
it's hard to police.
Yeah.
So I think they'll get away with it. South Korea, cool, whatever. I mean, I'm done with
You
South
just
Korea.
nonchalantly so they just like embezzle billions of dollars, but they'll get away with it. It's fine.
Yeah, but like I think like what are you going to do? Honestly,
I mean, it's like John Oliver molesting all those children. Like, you know, we know what's happening, but like, what can you do about it?
and
Terrible man.
South Korean regulators just don't know what they're doing with themselves at this point. So, yeah,
I think they
Let's move
do.
on.
It's basically selling the highs and buying the lows every time they put out
Yeah.
news.
yeah, that's more insider trading with South
Well,
Korean
I mean,
regulators.
one of our news stories a few weeks ago was they got busted for doing that. Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if like some people got caught, but other people
Yeah.
are still doing it.
yeah, cool. That's all the news I've got. Do you guys have anything? Nope. Question time.
You gave us like 2 seconds.
I saw the face. Like your face said it all.
You were correct, but
Yeah.
I resent that.
Definitely done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me think.
Yeah. Right. So what up, guys? This first question is from what was their name? Sorry, I've just got it written down here. Bethany.
Bethany.
Yeah, she's
From
writing
Bethlehem.
Funny you should say that. That's where she's from. What up, homies?
Wait, what did you say? Where's she from?
Bethlehem.
What a funny coincidence. Go ahead.
No, where's she actually from?
Bethlehem.
Okay. All right, got it.
How much do you think blockchain technology will have affected your day-to-day life in 5 years' time? Love the podcast.
Huh.
Shalom.
Interesting.
I'm so glad none of these people hate the podcast. They're always here to reaffirm.
I don't know. Joe's mum was pretty negative.
Yeah, that's true, actually. That's true.
Yeah, she's been emailing in more, but we've been
Yeah.
filtering them out.
Censoring the podcast.
Even with all those filters we set up, some get through like she's been changing email
she's been
addresses.
changing email
Yeah.
addresses.
Yeah. She's like, crap, I can see where you get your wiles, Joe.
In 5 years' time, blockchain technology, cryptocurrency.
So what would that's the year 2023? Let's try and imagine what's the year 2023 like.
Well, I
Donald
think.
Trump is in his second term.
Well, maybe John McAfee will be president by then.
You joke.
Oh, you reckon?
We've had our first black president in Obama, and then we're going to have our first dickless president with
Michael Chiklis.
with John McAfee. So that should be interesting.
That's the all we have to go. The person wanted a serious critique, and we're like, a dickless man will be president.
Well, here's a question for you guys: how much of your day-to-day spending will be in cryptocurrency in 5 years?
That's a great question.
I can give you like parameters. If
Yeah, fuck you, Bethan.
0%, 1% to 20%, or 20% to 80%.
Ooh, so not even brackets.
Day to day.
Or sorry, 100%.
You mean
Sorry,
fraction of your total usage? Not yeah.
Yeah, but this
Same
is
thing.
this
Yeah,
is-
yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
0%, 1% to 20%, or 20%
We
to 100%.
know the options.
I'll give you 10 seconds.
Dun, 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 dun. That's so funny. We started doing that.
Oh, you go first.
Zero,
I saw-
Zero.
0 to 20. No, 0 to 20.
No, zero is just one.
Oh, okay.
One option is 0. Next option is 1 to 20.
1 to 20.
Okay. Jace.
20 plus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I do set the future, so you're welcome.
Are we saying ourselves or I guess it's
Ourselves. Our
But then-
day-to-day lives.
Yeah. But then we could not be the average person. Like,
But we probably do
Yeah.
represent like the average crypto enthusiast, at least, at the least.
but then that would be a kind of biased viewpoint, right?
But there's so many. of them.
20% plus. Wow.
Wait, what are you gonna say? You're gonna say the exact same thing.
No, I really don't
Zero.
know. I really don't know.
I mean, I took a blind
This
guess.
shit's going right down the drain, dude. This isn't
Oh
terrible.
man. It's hard to say.
You came up with the question.
Yeah, I know, but let's
I never thought about it though.
let's go 20% and up. Let's just do it, guys.
Wait.
Let's just.
So you were so shocked by my answer, and now you're completely on board.
I don't.
I mean,
don't know.
I'm not sure about it either. I took a blind guess. I'm really
I say
not
1
sure.
to 20, but I think it'll be very like 1 to 5.
Right.
Really.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I feel like it's going to be polarized. It's either
Right.
a small amount like that or like in the hundreds. Like, not in the hundreds. Around 100%. Like around 100%.
300%.
Yeah, yeah. I get rebates. No, I think because I think if it's anywhere above, like the 20s and 30s, chances are it's because it's become a predominant currency, and if you're going to use it, why not use it for everything? But then I think it's either that or small. So I guess
Right.
I'd probably it's a polar option in my mind.
Necessarily, because then you could have certain utility tokens that have taken off, and maybe that's only 5% of your daily usage of, if you're like an energy coin, for example, and you're just using that for your energy usage, as opposed to like a general cryptocurrency.
Yeah, interesting. That's true. But then I guess even then, like, what's your energy bill compared to the money you spend? I don't think it's like a significant percent. Well, I don't know. I guess
that
that
was
could
just
be
an
an
example,
example.
but
Yeah. I guess so. I'm really not sure about this. But, I was thinking the other day, I walked down the street and I saw a 5-cent coin on the ground, and I thought,
Okay.
wow, maybe you guys don't sympathize with this, but I thought, wow, it's been so long since I've seen money on the ground. And I just realized, because as a kid, it was all the time. And obviously, maybe it's partly because I've grown up. I'm not looking at the ground all the time. I'm not scouring the ground for coins. But I feel like it just feels like it's been ages. And I was really realizing because the cash is, dying, right?
Yeah.
Cash is so far away from what it used to be 10 years ago. I wouldn't be surprised to see a similar thing happen with, cryptocurrencies.
Yeah. Just random cryptos lying around the ground.
Well, that's the other thing is that the poor kids of the future won't have the luxury of finding. If you find a $5 note, right?
Yeah.
But they're gonna if you found on the internet like a wallet or like some, you're probably obligated to get it back to. This probably can be traced back to who it's gonna go to. The only reason people take money on the ground and keep it is because you can't possibly get it back to who it. So kids won't know
Found
the
an old
luxury.
hard drive in the backyard, and they had 20 Bitcoin on it.
Yeah.
Now I'm a millionaire.
What else could change? I mean, that was riveting about less coins on the ground, Jace.
All right, you know what? Go fuck yourself. Yeah, I think
Less slot machines.
Oh, gambling in general.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess a lot of things.
A lot of industries could have a bit of a change, I guess.
Yeah, well, gambling really makes a lot more sense to be decentralized because you can have smart contracts that take no house fee.
Right.
So just purely from a money perspective, it makes. Although I guess some people go to the casino for like the experience and stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it makes huge sense for the addicted gamblers, which there are tons of on the internet. Like you see so many ads for online poker and stuff. So that's another factor.
Yeah, there's probably like a bunch of stuff where the middleman gets cut out. Maybe musical artists, we can, instead of going through iTunes, we can just pay the artist directly when we buy their music. That even like adult industry and like webcammers and stuff.
I've heard about it.
Stuff like that. And going along that theme.
You have.
We didn't talk about that on the podcast.
Where do you think his 20 plus spending is going? Well, now there's actually already a strip club. I think we actually featured in the Weird Coin segment. I can't remember what it's called, but the strippers have QR codes like
on their butts,
printed on their butts. So instead of like tipping like dollar bills, you can like just scan the QR code to tip him.
I heard about this.
Yeah,
I feel like that would be not that I've ever enjoyed the idea of a strip club, but I feel like that would be far less the experience, right? That seems like the whole idea of, I don't know, do you stuff dollar bills in pieces of clothing? I feel like that experience is very removed from like, hold still, wait, hold still.
Stop twerking.
Yeah. Can we turn the lights up?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I also thought you wouldn't be allowed to take your phone out and start like, because they think you're like videoing or taking photos.
I mean, you literally are taking a photo. And also you've branded these ladies with identification tags. So they can't be like, oh, it wasn't me. It's like, that's your code.
Yeah.
So, yeah, weird. But I don't know. I guess it's a novelty for now.
Yeah. And then I guess there's all that taking a very different turn, how like wealth distribution will change. Like all these crypto people that are going to be like the richest people in the world potentially, like the guys like the CEO of Ripple and Vitalik and who's the guy that started Mt. Gox and he also like founded Ripple. That guy.
I don't know.
There's going to be like a bunch of like people that are just like super wealthy from crypto. And
I mean, like
John
CZ.
McAfee, I think his name is.
yeah, that's the guy. So it would be interesting what they do, and as Jay said in a previous podcast, like what they're going to invest their money in, like what kind of projects they're going to invest in.
Yeah. So I guess to answer the question, 5 years. Well, you said low, right? You said 1 to 20.
Yeah, day to day. I think there will be lots of change. I think in 5 years it'll be mostly behind the scenes businesses changing their internal structures kind of stuff, as opposed to day to day me and you.
Do you reckon eventually it will be like in that kind of 80% area or like higher?
Yeah. But in a longer time.
But not in 5.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a pretty reasonable answer that we've given. I think.
And I think what's going to push this change along is I think a lot of big businesses will actually be pushed to use blockchain technology because competitors will come out to try and take them over. So for example, there's a have you guys heard of Utrust?
No.
But they're pretty much trying to overtake PayPal.
Right.
So PayPal are like, oh fuck, we got to get onto this quick before they actually overtake us.
Yeah.
Right.
So stuff like that is going to come out, and then that's going to push big businesses to push big money into it as well.
Request network is kind of like
it is a
PayPal
bit.
as well.
It is a bit. Yep. Indeed. One other thing that could change is like what we talked about with Africa and stuff, and how that could change how dynamic there and bring about development there. So yeah, cool.
Distribution of wealth.
Yeah.
Redistribution of wealth.
There's your answer, Bethany.
Dunzo. What has he got, Ollie?
Well, this one's from Jeb McCaleb II.
Interesting name.
From Pakistan.
Right.
And he says, what up, homies? What do you guys think of the idea of major companies coming out with blockchain technology or cryptocurrencies themselves? For example, there was the Nikon coin, and companies such as IBM are very interested in the space. Are you yourselves interested in these projects, or do you think that they go against the centralization aspect or the decentralization aspect of the crypto space?
Cool. Well, I guess the first thing to point out is actually a lot of the coins already out there are actually centralized.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's one thing to point out, first of all.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, because it's so... don't antagonize our question. They've written us a question. But I mean, because we're such a preliminary phase of crypto, a lot of coins are kind of releasing their mainnets. So at the moment, they're kind of testing and they've got the coin exchanging, but they haven't got the coin onto a decentralized mainnet. So I feel like that's why a lot of them are centralized. I think in the future, obviously, they'll be a lot more decentralized.
But do you like the idea of big companies doing their own thing, or would you prefer it if it was more of a
team effort?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the sparkling idea behind crypto is team effort. You know, decentralized, no one party can control it. But then, being realistic, it probably won't end up that way. I guess so. I would definitely say the ideal is wholeheartedly split up as much as possible. As far as I can see, that's the most beneficial for stuff, you know, like big crypto management. But at the end of the day, I think it's also workable to have, you know, if a big bank starts a really reliable crypto and it's really great for the world and a lot of efficiency, I'm not going to like boycott or anything, you know? Yeah.
Well, I am. I am the 69%, Jace.
That's the majority.
Well, there you go, Jeb. If you have any more questions.
All right. We really like Bethany's question, but your question, man, work on it. Shit. Come back to us.
If anyone else has got any more questions, you can write in at Coin Street Times. Questions@coinstreettimes.com.
And we're back to fucking that up, so that's good. All right, let's go to the game.
All right, let's do it.
Can I just make a small side note?
Yeah.
You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 plugs in your wall.
Yeah. So me mum came in my bedroom and saw I had like 4 power boards all chained together. She was like, that's dangerous, gonna start a fire. And I was like, nah, it's fine. And then when I was out of the house one day, she got an electrician to come in and install like 8 different ports.
So what are you mining here? A bit of Stellar, a bit of Electronium?
I should be. All I've got is this stupid audio equipment. So
What do you use that for?
Nothing good. So I just thought I have to move my mic to do
Yeah,
this.
cool.
Definitely not a theme tune.
All right,
Right.
look, you're on the drums, all right? I'll wait for your beat and I'll lay something over it.
All right, cool. Let's play the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this week, we'll start with me.
Oh, we can do some drum rolls. This is exciting.
Oh yeah, true. Not yet. Okay. So I went 50% Theta, which is a new underground
Oh,
coin,
that's right.
and 50% Walton Chain. So Theta, I think it was a good pick, but it was already kind of mooning by the time we recorded last week's podcast. So it is down 14.43%.
Right.
And Walton was hugely down. And we didn't mention, I guess it's not really big news, but for them it's huge news, which is the partnership with Alibaba.
Right.
So that happened and the coin price spiked up and I was like, told you guys fucking so. And then it went back down. So that is down 24.66%.
Okay.
So that's a total of 19.54%. I should mention this week is razor close.
Do we know what average downs are?
I guess because ours is so close, we could just assume that's the average down, but we'll find out.
Right.
So mine was 19.54% down. Next, we will move on to... Do you want to do a drum roll? Because it kind of reveals... Joe's next. All right, so so Joe went 25% Electronium, 25% ARDA, 25% Lisk, 25% Ven. So best performers were ARDA and Ven, down 9% and 8%. Worst performers were Electronium and Lisk, down 29 and 28%. So
Right.
For an average of 18.62. So mine was 19.54, your 18.62.
Yeah,
Very
Electronium
close.
has just been like bouncing up and down. So I think you might have just caught them on a down. Check
All
it
right,
out,
mate.
dude.
All right. Delay the pod. And then we have Ollie, who did another 4-coin pick, 25% Bitcoin, Stellar, Walton Chain, and Ripple. And those respectively got 17%, 11%, 24.5%, and 14%. Just everything's pretty down like the same amount. And that works out to be negative 16.67%. So, hey.
Woo.
So
nice.
It was very close. Mine was 19.5, yours was 18.6, and Ollie's was 16.6.
Yeah.
Last podcast, I did say Ollie had the best picks.
And you knew that by 2.21%.
I did.
So you pretty much win then, Joe.
Yeah, I'm giving the point to you.
No, well done, Ollie.
All right, so that Ollie means you have to lead with your picks.
Yes.
I am going... What was the name of the coin backed by Ryan Gosling?
Maroski. I don't think it was backed by Ryan. Do you even listen to the news? He was just a graphic designer.
I've had enough of the downs and the sidewayses. So I'm going 100% tether.
No, you're not. Dude, don't do that.
He's
Are we allowing that?
We're allowing it. It's
Well,
happening. It's happening.
It's happened.
It's happening.
Wait,
said it.
you're sick of the sideways, so you're going tether.
Because if it goes sideways, he loses the same amount of money.
Yeah. I'm sick of the sideways when it's potential to go up. If I know
Okay.
from the start that it's sideways.
I'm going to move right along from that. Disgusting pick.
All right. Well, I guess wait, actually, you're next. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm going 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%.
Another 4-coin pick.
Another 4-coin pick. First one, Ethos. It used to be like over $10 and now it's like, get it for like 3 bones. So it's really cheap.
3 bones.
Get it now. $.
I know.
Yeah.
I was laughing at it. I wasn't confused.
I'm trying to be cool, dude.
I'm bringing it back.
They used to be called
They've got
big
an app
cats.
coming soon. They're cybersecurity coin if people don't know. And their wallet has like heaps of features. So I
It's
think
only
they're...
4 shillings.
Yeah.
so I think they're a pretty cool coin. Digibyte I'll go for. They're actually quite an old coin.
Yeah.
But the technology is still really good. It's like fast, it's scalable. So the technology is really good. I think they're just down on the marketing side of things, but now I'm hearing people talk about Digibyte a bit more.
Right.
So I think that's probably a good time to get in. EOS, they're just a good coin that's pretty cheap at the moment.
Fresh off the back of John Oliver.
Yeah, John Oliver ripping into it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like down, so a good time to buy.
Okay.
And they're still like a good coin. So I reckon. Anyway,
Yeah,
and the last
maybe.
one is Litecoin. They're like really cheap at the moment, given that Lite pays out and stuff. And there's a bit of talk about Amazon potentially doing something with them. So,
Right.
good time for Litecoin. I reckon. They're just like cheap coins that I think are good projects.
It's probably a good way
That's
to pick.
like my main theme of it all.
That's pretty good. I'm going to do something more exciting. I'm
Okay.
going to directly challenge Ollie's pick because I'm going 100% Bitcoin.
Oh,
So it's going to be the exact
Interesting.
opposite war. And I wasn't going to do it. And then Ollie said 100% Tether. And I thought, great. And so we'll see how the market goes this week.
I hope that you beat Ollie next week, Jace.
So do I, to be honest. But I'm hedging my bets for the sake of the game.
Look, I don't
The
hate you
win,
for it, all right?
The crown.
Look, when I was picking
I'm keeping
VeChain,
it.
I was in the gutters. I know what it's like. The crowds are against you. Even though you know you're going to make tons of money doing it, like the crowds are against you. Don't worry. I feel you, man.
I do hate you for it.
All right, so I guess those are our picks this week. We'll see how we go next week. If you have any coin picks, let us know so we can buy low and sell high. At coinpicks at coins. That's not an email. Questions at Coin Street Times.
I guarantee this is the week that Tether blows up and they get audited and everything goes to shit.
Yeah, Ollie, you lost 100%.
Before we head off, quick shout out to Trayvon James and Craig Grant. Good luck in the lawsuit. All right, good night, everyone.
Why would you end on that?
Just a quick shout out to my buds.
Just a quick shout out. Hitler did not that much wrong. He's actually a pretty good guy. All right, thanks, guys.
John Oliver's a pedophile. Bye.
Do you want to take us out with a little drum solo, Ollie?
Yeah.
BitConnect.
Just a little bit. Ooh,
Slow fade.